Merrimack back. Meanwhile, the man-to-man, they gave the zone a quick look. Three-pointer in, off the window. Looking to add to it. Between the legs, Showtime move. Near side of the lane, a pretty floater. Step back, Ayala, long two. Pretty shot. Harris off the crossover. Sets up a three from Dunning, who knocks down his second from three-point land. Silva attracting a lot of attention. Gets it back. Deep three. Straight away, up and in. Harris on the wing. Two dribbles behind the back. Crossover into the lane. Hangs and scores off the window. Wyndham wants an answer to Silva for three. Up and in. And now the Blue Hawks with another turn. Leonard for three. He's going to make a pay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Exeter. It's a late season showdown between the top two teams in Division I for our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week. It's presented by Beals Insurance. Nick and Astis with you. That's right, the best two teams in Division I meeting here late in the schedule. BG having won 7 in a row, now just a half game behind first place Exeter. At 14-2, the Blue Hawks one blemish on the season last week against Alvern that snapped a 33-game win streak dating back to the start of last season. So the Blue Hawks on their home floor are 14-1. They win the tip and they get the first basket right off the bat. It's Michael Leonard right to the rim, a left-hand finish. And just like that, Exeter, seconds into the game, has a 2-0 lead. They set up the zone press. BG across into the front court wearing their road green uniforms. They lob it inside. Tough catch here for Lucas Baker, and he turns it over on the baseline. Already a substitution here, as BG head coach John Fisher didn't like that possession. He's going to punish Lucas Baker, the junior, and take him out of the basketball game. So an early bucket, an early sub, and now an early 4-0 lead for Exeter as Jet Healy able to score on the back door to make this 4-0. So a Leonard layup, a Healy layup. BG a turnover. Not the start the Cardinals were hoping for with 1 minute gone by. BG trying to settle things here. Long look for Mason Carroll. Going to give it up on the wing now to Sam Mullett. Carroll and Mullett, the two leading scorers and the two leading rebounders for the Cardinals. Here's a runner. Tough banker, won't go. Jordan Robichaud, the junior. Exeter the rebound, and now the chance for the home team to extend their 4-0 lead. Jeff Holmes standing there midcourt at the head of the Exeter bench, watching senior Ryan Grijalva whip a pass inside. Too hot to handle for Healy. And turned over to BG. First turnover for Exeter, and now a foul here under the basket. As BG's Sam Mullett slammed to the ground under the backboard. Foul on Healy, his first foul either way here with a minute and a half gone by. 4-0 Exeter in this opening period. Free throw is no good as it rolls off the iron. A 7-game win streak for BG. As I mentioned earlier, the first point is up on the board. And the lead for Exeter now is 4-1. McConnell around the curl, into the lane. A little bit of traffic, a little bit of trouble, and a foul, though. He's going to bail out the senior guard. Goes against Robichaud, his first. And now a team foul each way. A good-sized crowd here tonight. Obviously, the Exeter students turning out a rousing rendition of the national anthem sung by one of those Exeter students. Meanwhile, another turnover. Robichaud with the steal in the post. Up ahead for Mullet. A spin move on the block. Little layup, though. A little short. And a rebound for Exeter. A good opportunity there, but wouldn't work for Mullet, who was frustrated after the miss. Exeter with a 4-1 lead. Backdoor cut. Another missed layup. This one rolls off the side of the iron. That was Jaden Cleach. Went up from the right side with the left hand, missed it. Still a one-possession game. Meanwhile, pass tipped out of bounds to the far wing. It will stay with BG. Well, a lot of juniors on this Cardinals squad, including the man who just inbounded, Santicioso. And this man here, top of the key, John Sullivan. Now Mullet, one of the seniors, trying to power his way to the basket, and the traveler's call. Had the ball caught on his hip. Given right back to Exeter. A little bit of a shaky start here both ways. Exeter got off to a good initial start of 4-0, but turned it over on their last two trips. Nearly 3 minutes in, they still lead 4-1. Healy up top, far side. Ryan Grijalva, good player to watch, great passer, both on the basketball and the hardwood. He's the quarterback for the football team. Meanwhile, interior pass by Cleach sent back. Cleach recovers here in the corner, and now will probe on the wing with a left-hand dribble. No shot clock, of course, in the NHIAA. Teams are free to take as much time as they want. Grijalva up top, fade away from just inside the free throw line, is up and in. Well, a smooth bucket there for Grijalva. Meanwhile, a whistle and a timeout on the floor. One of the Cardinals shaken up. That's Robichaud, who landed hard underneath the rim. Trying to shake it off. Coach Fisher going to pull him. And we get a look at Kyle Baker. Senior forward, brother of the starting center, Lucas. Full court press for Exeter. They've got a 6-1 lead. Mullet in some trouble, and he traveled. Kind of skidded that pivot foot, that right sneaker, right in front of the official, Kevin Johnson, who blows the whistle. So, Exeter ball, they've got a 6-1 lead. Off to a good start here as we approach the midway point first quarter. Grijalva off the wing. Trying to drive middle, and he traveled double dribble. Grijalva trying to say the basketball was tipped. But official Steve Hamilton disagrees, so back over to BG. Cardinals still looking for their first field goal. Coach Fisher going to take out Mullet, one of his leading scorers. Have not seen Mason Carroll touch the basketball much. Carroll also a double-digit per-game scorer. Here he is up top. Right-hand dribble drive, nowhere to go. Pass broken up, stolen by Cleach. Cleach with a 2-on-2 down the lane. Left hand off the glass, no. The tip by Gibbons, no. Goes back up, he's stripped. And the Cardinals finally clear the glass. Inside of 4 minutes. BG trailing at 6-1. Pass inside, tipped out of bounds. It'll stay at this end. Well, the Cardinals still looking for their first field goal after missing their first 4 shots. They're on that far side. See the Exeter student section. They were loud during pregame warmups. Meanwhile, Santicioso is short. Offensive rebound by Baker. It's going to lead to an Exeter foul here underneath. Looks like a foul on the floor.
Number 10, Jet Healy, his second.
That's number 2 on Jet Healy. Coach Holmes will go to the bench. Nick Fratelli, a 6'2 senior. Going to come on to play the middle. Healy quiet as he heads to the end of the bench. Meanwhile, a 3 up and in. That's Mason Carroll. who now has all 4 of the Cardinal points, and it's a 6-4 Exeter lead as we move towards 3 minutes to go. Opening quarter. Still a man-to-man by the Cardinals. And we have a hand check here on a drive by Grijalva.
Number 12, John Sullivan, his first.
Reach in on Sullivan. 2 team fouls now each way. Meanwhile, Cleach having trouble getting it in. Have to fire a high one towards midcourt. Carroll gets a hand on it, tips it out of bounds. You know, Coach Fisher is upset with the officials. They gave the last foul against BG. Maybe against the wrong guy. It was on. Meanwhile, a block outlet pass stolen by Cleach, his second takeaway. Stole the bounce pass, but then Grijalva travels on the catch. And this 3-man officiating crew calling things tight here through the first 5 minutes. Still a 6-4 Exeter lead. BG a chance to tie or take the lead here. Exeter back to a man-to-man. We'll see a variety of different defensive looks tonight. We're expected to anyway. We've already seen a 1-2-2 and now a man-to-man. BG in no hurry. Long 2, Santicioso around the rim and out. And Mike Leonard able to crash the rebound from the guard spot. Leonard to the left hand, hangs, right hand shot, a little short off the lip of the rim. Tipped into the corner, BG trying to save it, they do. Good play by Baker. Now Robichaud, who's apparently okay after being shaken up, is back in the game, and he draws. Nope, he carried the basketball. Officials called a traveling violation at midcourt. And again, Coach Fisher upset, visibly upset on the BG sideline. Sloppy start both ways, just a 6-4 game. Exeter in front. Trying to pad the cushion here as we head towards the 2-minute mark, opening period. First touch here for Tristan Como. Over to Leonard, 3-pointer up and in. Leonard now with 5. He was knocked to the ground on the attempt. Trying to coax the official into a 4-point play opportunity. No foul called though. Exeter by 5. As they match their largest lead from earlier. Inside of 2 minutes now. Exeter trying to tighten the screws here in this man-to-man. Robichaud nowhere to go. Out to Santicioso, dips a shoulder. Now, up top Sullivan. Gonna fire. Will fade away from 16, won't go, and a rebound underneath by the big 6'5" junior. That is Jacob Gibbons, who can score the basketball. Has not yet in this one, though. High arcing 3, Grijalva! Right in the face of the defender, John Sullivan. Tough off-balance shot. 5 now for Grijalva. Exeter 6 unanswered. They've got a 12-4 lead as we're down to a minute to go in this first quarter. Meanwhile, Santicioso fades to his right. Hook shot won't go with the right hand. Fertali surrounded, and a travel is called as the senior is knocked to the floor. The Exeter bench not happy. They felt like he was fouled. So it'll stay with BG. Just one field goal so far, a 3-pointer out of the corner by Mason Carroll. The BG offense has been hard to come by. They trail 12-4. Here is Carroll, guarded by Fertali. Back on the floor is Mullet, now up top. Dribble drive, Sullivan short. Follows his own miss into the corner for Carroll. Back out Robichaud, hierarchy 3. That one halfway down again, no good. Rebound Exeter, final half minute. Chance for the home team to make this a double-digit lead after 1. Grijalva in no hurry. Sees a path to the basket, goes to it, and scores it with a scoop shot. Well, no weak side defense. Grijalva saw that, took advantage, and it's a 14-4. Exeter lead now 8 straight by the Blue Hawks. Final 10 seconds, Cardinal ball. They go inside, Mullet. Tough catch, 2 dribbles, goes up, stripped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cardinals. 3.6 seconds remaining. Meanwhile, the officials discussing something with the players. Now finally, Robichaud has handled the ball. Throw it out to Carroll. Got a good look at a three. Back iron, no. The tip is good. They'll count that for Kyle Baker. And give PG a little bit of a bump heading into the second after what was a dominant Exeter first quarter. It's 14-6 after one. Well, of course, our broadcast tonight, as it is every week, is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agencies, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 today. Well, Exeter rattled off 8 in a row at one point. They'd lead by 8 after one, 14-6. Both of these two teams are in the top 2 slots in the Division I standings as we head towards the tail end of the regular season. Exeter, they've been number 1 all year. They won 21 straight on their way to an unbeaten championship last year. They won their first 12 out of the gate this season before suffering an upset loss against Alvern. They've won 2 straight since and sit at 14-1. BG right behind them. On the heels of a 7-game win streak, they're at 14-2, followed by Portsmouth, Nashua North, and Merrimack. There are your top 5 in Division I. Out of the timeout, Cardinal ball. They got the tip just before the half, before the quarter buzzer. Now the chance to double up, so to speak, here. Very patient BG group. Long 2, up and in. It's John Sullivan, the junior. His first bucket, he had missed his previous 3. BG trying to chip away now. It's 14-8, back to a 2-possession game. Grijalva wants a screen. Going to go right side, going to go up. Right hand shot, no. Rebound, Carroll in a crowd. Right to left for BG. It's a 3-on-2. Mullet on the left side. Goes back door. Robichaud passes on the shot. Finds Carroll on the wing. 3-pointer is up and in. Carroll's second from downtown. He's got a team high 7. BG has scored 7 unanswered. And they're within just 3 at 14-11. Just over a minute gone by second quarter. Exeter now finding themselves in need of a bucket. They led that entire first quarter. Grijalva given about an arm's length of room by the defender Sullivan. Tries to take advantage with a long 2, no good. Mullet had it knocked out of his hands. And last touched by Exeter's Justin Wass. With that, Wass, along with Como, along with Fratali, going to check out for Exeter as 3 fresh bodies return to the floor for Coach Holmes, including Tom Delgado, a 6'2 junior, making his first appearance. Cleach is back as well as McConnell. Gibbons and Grijalva round out the 5 in white. BG, chance to maybe tie with a 3. They've scored 7 straight. Baskets on each of their last 3 trips. Robichaud, skip pass near side. Sullivan thought about it, closed out by Grijalva. Skips it back far side. Elbow J for Mullet, no good. Back iron, long miss, offensive rebound. Whip back out, Carroll looking for the tie, he's got it. Carroll with 10, his 3rd 3-pointer of this first half. And now the Cardinals going to fall back into a 2-3 zone here. Exeter drops it down low, and Gibbons is fouled in the act. Hacked across the arm by Carroll. A chance for Gibbons, a highly touted junior, to get his first points of the night. The game tied at 14. BG has scored 10 in a row. Here you hear some of the Cardinal fans who have made the trip over from Nashua. Sitting off to our right, the Exeter fans across the way to the far side left. Basket for Gibbons, free throw for Gibbons, his first. points of the night. He goes 2 for 2. Puts Exeter back in front by 2. 16-14, just over 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Exeter extending the man-to-man to midcourt. Three-pointer on the way. Sullivan, a little too strong, and a skying rebound for the 6'5 Gibbons. Wants to power out. His team leads by 2. The trailer is McConnell. He's ready to shoot. In and out, no good from straight away. And a fight for the rebound results in a jump ball. Gibbons tied up there with Mullet. Possession arrow favors the Blue Hawks. Another sub for Coach Holmes. McConnell checks out. We get a look at Chris Heffernan, 5'11 junior guard. It's Coach Holmes continuing to dig deep into the bench. 2-point lead for Exeter. Nearly 3 minutes in, second quarter. Pretty packed gym here at Exeter. BG sitting back at a 2-3 zone. They played most of the first quarter in a man-to-man. High post Cleach, whips it far side. Grijalva steps into a jump shot and knocks it down. That's a pretty looking floater. High arcer for the quarterback. 18 for Exeter, 14 for BG. Skip pass, Carroll, who's been red hot. Baseline drive, cut off by Gibbons, brings it back out with the right hand, and now it's Baker. Trying to shake his man along the left wing. Picks it up between the circles now. Sanasuoso has been quiet. Given room by Cleach, far side, little handoff. This is Robichaud looking for the corner. Finds a wing three instead. It's from Mullet. With BG, they went cold the first 5 minutes. They've been red hot ever since. It's a 1-point game. Exeter trying to extend their 18-17 lead. Again, trying to figure out this zone. Three-pointer, Heffernan up and in. Little boost from the bench. 5 different scores now for Exeter. Midway through the second period, the lead back to 4 at 21-17. Pass over the top, caught in a crowd, and then dribbled off the knee. Turned over by Dylan Santasoso, and now another sub, the BG starting center. Big junior Lucas Baker back on. He played just one possession and was yanked off the floor just several seconds into the game for an early turnover for BG. Coach Fisher giving him another shot here. His club down 4. BG going to stay in that 2-3. Cleach high post. And traveled. Now couldn't quite make up his mind there. Both teams have been bitten a little bit by this turnover bug in this first half. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Again, BG a chance to make it a one-possession game. They trail 21-17. New player, this is Daniel Dockrell, junior out of Nashua for BG. Coach Fisher continuing to try and find the perfect combination. Crowded on the near wing. Spin move in the lane. Right hand finish, Robichaud. First field goal for the junior. 2-point game again. Exeter led by as many as 10 late in the first quarter. Trying to make it a 2-possession game again. Cleach, backdoor for Gibbons. No, but a foul. Hit from behind as he was in the air. And the right-hander will look to remain perfect at the free throw line. Foul is on Lucas Baker. That is his first. And now 4 team fouls against the Cardinals, 2 on the other side for the Blue Hawks. Gibbons, the long lefty. No problem there. He's 3 for 3 now at the line. Meanwhile, another Exeter sub. Leonard back on. Delgado, after a brief stay, back off. Free throw, no good. Rolls off the front iron. Offensive rebound. Healy finds Gibbons, and Gibbons powers it up over Baker. Good hustle by Healy. Took a risk there. He's playing with 2 fouls. Gibbons with 5. Exeter lead back to 5. Meanwhile, a hanger in the lane. Up and good for Dylan Santasoso. First field goal for the junior. One possession game again. Exeter's lead is 24-21. Coming up on 2 minutes. Cleach for three. Fading right. No good from the near wing. Ball tipped on the weak side. Out of bounds. Last touch by Exeter. More Cardinals subs. Carroll returns along with Sullivan after just a brief spell. Mullet and Robichaud will sit. Coming up on 2 minutes to go until halftime. Exeter back to a zone press. They've got a 3-point lead. We've got an over and back. Coach Fisher stomping his feet, not happy. Avoidable turnover there against the zone press, and Exeter gets it back. Trying to extend this 3-point lead. BG, they've sat in this 2-3 zone most of the second quarter. McConnell trying to shoot him out of it. Wing three, no. Gibbons second try, yes. No, Gibbons was shut out in that first quarter. All 7 have come in this second quarter. Lead back to 5 at 26-21. Final 90 seconds. Sullivan trying to shake off Grijalva up top. Carroll finds Baker back door, but he leaves it short. Now a whistle and a foul as Baker was knocked to the floor after he put the shot up. A streaking Jordan Cleach ran right into him. And the big 6'5" junior with the long bangs is going to head to the free throw line.
Lucas Baker at the line, shooting 2.
Meanwhile, the foul was actually not on Cleach, but on Healy. That is his third. He's had all 3 team fouls for Exeter in this first half, and a no-brainer here for Coach Holmes. He pulls Healy off the floor, and Fertali is back on. Free throw good by Baker. One more coming, 26-22. The Exeter lead, BG a chance once again to make it a one-possession game. First point of the night for Baker. Trying to go 2 for 2, missed it, but offensive rebound pulled in by Sullivan. Still a 4-point game. Baker whips it near side. Sanasuoso dips the shoulder. Back to Baker on the baseline. Trying to find some room with a dribble. Foul first against Exeter.
Under 15, Jake Cleach, his first team fourth.
It's on Cleach. Get him for a reach. 4 team fouls now each way. Minute 13 to go here. First half. Coming up at halftime, a look around the NHIAA. Busy Friday night as usual. Recap of the first half, a preview of the second as well. That's coming up in just a few moments at halftime. Final minute, first half. BG, they're trailing by double digits, trying to make it a 2-point game, maybe 1. Instead, they turn it over. And now a foul behind the play is called on Sanasuoso. Looks like from the ground, he reached up and got a piece of Jordan Cleach.
Number 15, Dylan Sanasuoso, his first.
It's got the Exeter student section excited. They taunted Sanasuoso, now is going to check out. Final 50 seconds, 4-point lead for the Blue Hawks, 26-22. Exeter going to maintain their hold on the 1 seed. Should BG win, it would be the Cardinals in front, at least for the moment, by a half game. They would also own the tiebreaker. It's obviously a big game for both teams. Fertali open on the backdoor cut. And a good pass leads to the right-hand layup. 28-22, final 20 seconds for the Cardinals. Exeter has found the backdoor cutter a few times tonight. Sullivan had some initial room. Good closeout by McConnell. Final 10 seconds. Sullivan to the left hand. Tripped up, hooks it near side. Robichaud, a fading 3, is up and in. Final second. Desperation heave is no good, and we head to halftime with a 3-point lead. Exeter 28, BG 25, in what was really a tale of 2 quarters. Cardinals had just 6 points after halftime. Went on a 10-0 run to tie the game. At that point, though, Exeter slowly but surely able to push the lead back up to 5, and they sit out in front Right now at the midway point, 28-25 in what has been a good game so far. Well, once again, our broadcast, of course, brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. We will take a break, but not a long one. Just a few minutes. Come back, take a look around the NHIAA. Of course, recap the first half here at Exeter and bring you the second half action as well. Been a good one between the top two teams in Division I. Exeter, the defending champs, holding it down at least so far on their home floor. 28-25. Back in a moment. Halftime here in Exeter. Nick and Astis with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Exeter with a 28-25 lead over BG, the best two teams, or at least the two teams with the best record in Division I, matching up here late in the season. Exeter, they saw their 33-game win streak come to an end last week with a loss to Auburn. Trying to win their third straight since tonight to improve to 15-1. Meanwhile, BG came in winners of 7 straight. Trying to leapfrog the Blue Hawks atop the D1 standings with a win tonight, which would bring them to 15-2. Exeter got off to a good start, led by as many as 10 late in the first quarter. BG rallied back to tie the game about midway through the second, and just a one-possession difference now as we head towards the third quarter. Taking a look at some other games from around the state tonight. Busy night in the NHIAA. Start with Keene and Concord, two of the surprises, frankly, in D1. And this score just as surprising. Keene blowing out the Crimson Tide at halftime, 45-14. Blackbirds looking good and looking for a tournament berth. Another big matchup in D1, Bedford at Winnicott. The Bulldogs with a 6-point road lead over the Warriors at halftime, 31-25. Portsmouth looking to stay in third place tonight with a win on their home floor, leading Alvern, no surprise, 19-6. Some of the other divisions, Monadnock all over Newfound on the road at half right now, 41-20. And Campbell tripling up Mascoma, 18-6 late in the first quarter. We'll have some more scores as they continue to trickle in. Another full look at the board at halftime as well. This begins with a steal by Gibbons, and he's wrapped up near the rim. Tackled from behind, really, by Robichaud, who picks up his first foul. Sorry, his second. And the first team foul, obviously, here in the second half. So Gibbons, who had a strong second quarter with 7 points, heads to the free throw line where he went 3 for 4 in that first half. The lefty really dipping the knees upon the release, and it works for him. Now 4 of 5. Exeter led in that first half by Ryan Grijalva's 9 points. Gibbons a chance to match his teammate here, and he does, with another 2 for 2 trip. Exeter's lead is 5. At now 30-25. First third quarter possession for BG. Well, both teams switched up the defenses throughout the first half. The primary look for both teams, though, was the man-to-man. Meanwhile, Mullet, a no-look drop-down pass, tipped out of bounds under the basket. Grijalva got his left hand on it. intended for Sullivan. It'll stay with BG. Cardinals on the other side were led by Mason Carroll's 10 points. Meanwhile, a three partially blocked out of the corner. Dylan Sanasuoso rejected. Exeter ball. And now the Blue Hawks off the stop, looking to build on their 5-point lead with nearly a minute gone by in this third quarter. BG made the switch to the 2-3 zone in the second quarter. They stay with it here, and it forces a turnover. 2-on-1. Sullivan off the underhanded pass. Jump shot a little too strong. Gibbons a weak side rebound, and Exeter comes right to left. Still leading by 5, and now a foul here on the perimeter. Goes against Mullet, who bumped up against Grijalva. So 2 team fouls against BG, just over a minute gone by in this third quarter. Kalish having trouble. Whips a high pass across court. Handled by McConnell, and now the Blue Hawk set to run their offense here against this 2-3 zone. Gibbons steps into the high post, steps into a J, 16-footer, no offensive rebound. Pulled in Grijalva. Got Coach Fisher upset on the BG bench. Meanwhile, McConnell, baseline J, up and in. Not McConnell, rather, but Leonard, who now has 7. 9 apiece for Grijalva and Gibbons, 7 for Leonard. That's a pretty good trio for Coach Holmes. And it leads to a timeout from Coach Fisher. BG wants to talk about it. Well, not the start to the second half Coach Fisher was hoping for. His team got off to a slow start to begin the basketball game as well. Surrendering 5 of the first 6 points scored. And right now Exeter has scored on, 2 of their 3 trips in this third quarter. Well, Exeter, as good of a bet. Really, both these teams, good of a pick as any for the upcoming March tournament. These two all but guaranteed a home game in the quarterfinal round. Of course, the semifinals and the finals are played on a neutral floor down the road in Durham. On campus, of course, of University of New Hampshire. Foul here. I believe against Kalish. Yep, they're going to get him for a grab, trying to fight through that screen. That is the second on Kalish and the first team foul of this second half. Good lob pass. Sanasuoso is bumped and fouled. Kind of a late whistle there from official Kevin Johnson, but it works for BG. Meanwhile, Healy picks up number 4. Jed had 2 fouls in that first quarter, 1 just before halftime. He picks up number 4 here, less than 2 minutes into the third, and is going to have to come out of the game as Fertali gets the call off the Exeter bench. Sanasuoso cannot hit. Offensive rebound, though. Fisher, little hesitation dribble, and then rises over the defense for a floating right-hand shot. That's a pretty one. Sullivan has played well, but just his second field goal. He's got 4 points. And Exeter's lead back down to 4 at 32-28. Looks like BG back to the man-to-man as well. Meanwhile, Fertali leaves it a little short near the rim. Rebound BG. Sanasuoso tracks it down near midcourt. And now gives way to Sullivan between the circles. Chance for the Cardinals to make this a 1-score game, and they're going to get an Exeter foul here on the wing. A reach in on Gibbons, who got a little piece of the basketball, it looked like, but a bigger piece of the wrist. Third team foul against Exeter. Carroll for 3 in the face of Fertali, up and in. Right in front of his own bench. He had 10 at the break. And he's the game's high scorer now with 13. Just a 1-point lead now for Exeter at 32-31. 3 minutes in, third quarter. Grijalva looking for an answer. Short on the free throw line, Jay. And a tough rebound there after a good box out by Sullivan. Cardinals with a chance for their first lead of the night. They trailed throughout the first half. They've scored the last 3 points. Sanasuoso. Spin, driving kick, Robichaud, shot fake. Tried to set up the step away, but good defense on the perimeter. Robichaud on the baseline. Whips it up top, Sullivan. Back inside, Baker. Tough left-hand shot up and in. That's Kyle Baker, just his second field goal of the night. Exeter calls a timeout, and you can hear the Cardinal fans getting to their feet here on the road in Exeter. A little bit of a long drive down Route 111 from the Gate City here to the gym, but the Cardinal fans who have, for the most part, positioned themselves on the near side of the gym where we are seated. They've been loud. A few students over there. Parents as well, trying to cheer on the Cardinals as they are in search of their 8th straight win, which would put them into sole possession of first place if they can hang on tonight. Exeter, meanwhile, in need of a response. 5 unanswered points by BG. And for the first time tonight, Coach Holmes was forced to call a timeout. Coach John Fisher on the Cardinal sideline. First season was a late hire just prior to the start of the season. Coach Reagan did not return. Coach Holmes on the other side, sitting on his accustomed stool at the head of the Exeter bench. He's been there and done that, of course, guiding the Blue Hawks to the title last year. Unbeaten, perfect 21-0 in Division I. Started this season 12-0 before suffering an upset loss to the Broncos of Alvern High. Midway through this third period, we have another foul on the floor. Third team foul against BG. And now 3 each way. Exeter trailing by 1. Grijalva calls off the pick and roll. Wants a piece of Baker himself. Into the lane, jump shot up and in. Boy, this kid is an athlete. Stand out on the football field as a quarterback. He's in double figures tonight with 11. Puts his team back in front by 1. Robichaud looking to reclaim the lead for the Cardinals. Can't get it. Gibbons a big rebound. He's going to power out right to left. Gibbons steps to the defense and lays it in off the window. Well, that's what he can do. He's had some college scouts in the area take a look at him. And if there's any in the gym tonight, I'm sure they like what they saw there. Meanwhile, a foul on Cleach. That's number 3. So foul trouble for Exeter. Cleach with 3. Fellow starter Healy on the bench with 4. Still a long way to go in this third quarter. 3 minutes and change. Meanwhile, a travel is called on Santasoso. He carried right in front of Coach Fisher. Both teams going to make a sub here. Mullet returns for BG, replacing replacing Sullivan, excuse me. And Exeter is going to bring Tristan Como back on to play the shooting guard spot. 3-guard lineup with Grijalva, Como, and Leonard, along with Gibbons and Fatali. 36-33 Exeter. They've scored 4 in a row. Trying to extend that here with Gibbons. Working one-on-one with Mullet. Backdoor cutter Leonard. Lost it on the way up. Ball is loose. BG let it go out of bounds, but it was last touched by the Cardinals. Mullet thought he could sell the call. Three-pointer. A little short off the side iron. Gibbons a second try up and in. Gibbons now with 13. His counterpart with BG, Mason Carroll, also with 13. Those are the 2 high scorers tonight. Inside of 3 minutes, back to a 5-point game. Wild shot. Leads to an offensive rebound on the weak side. Skip pass back to the corner. Santasoso, high arcing 3 up and in. That one very pretty to watch. A rafter tickler. Stops the Exeter run at 6 unanswered and brings the Cardinals back within 2 at 38-36. Coming up on the 2-minute mark here, third quarter. Timeout, Coach Holmes.
Timeout, Blue Hawks.
Well, again, the Cardinal pressure forcing Coach Holmes into action from the Exeter bench. Coach Fisher getting a much better defensive effort out of his group so far in this third quarter than really at any point in the first half. And they're within 2 here on the road. Coach Holmes, meanwhile, kind of a mild-mannered coach, at least comes across that way. Delivering a stern message, however, in the Exeter huddle. Unfamiliar territory, really, for this Blue Hawks squad. Of course, they lost to Alvern, but prior to that, were not really challenged all too often this season. Winning their first 12, they've won their last 2 by double digits. Little adversity here against a good BG team. Inside, Gibbons, left hand, no, but a foul as he's hit on the shoulder. You got to get it Sanasuoso with the foul. It's number 2, and now 4 team fouls against BG. So Gibbons, an excellent free throw shooter, back to the line. He's 5 of 6 tonight. The long lefty gets that one to go as well. 39-36 Exeter. Carroll, a rare rest for BG. Comes off the floor. Shakes hands with his teammates. Meanwhile, Gibbons, free throw, up and in. Another 2-for-2 trip. 4-point lead again for the Blue Hawks at 40-36. Coach Fisher continuing to cycle in the substitutions as Matthew Sanasuoso, the freshman, younger brother of Dylan, on the floor for the first time, touching the basketball here on the wing. Inside of 2 minutes. Sanasuoso, this is Kyle Baker. Over to Mullet, sets up a 3. Sullivan, bang!
John Sullivan.
Well, several players showing they can shoot the rock tonight. 3-point bonanza for both teams, especially BG. A good one there. And now foul. No, a travel is called. And as again the Cardinal bench fired up as they get a chance to reclaim the lead here with 90 seconds to go in this third quarter. Meanwhile, Leonard out for Exeter. Takes a seat along with Cleach at the end of the pine. Coach Holmes goes back with Tom Delgado. Meanwhile, wild shot in the lane, no good by Robichaud. Rebound Delgado. Gibbons a right-hand dribble now for Exeter. Picks it up in the corner. Leaves it. Three-pointer on the way. That one too strong from Como. Tipped by Grijalva and then ripped away by Mullet for BG. Takes a breath. And now the half-court set will commence for the Cardinals. Final minute, third quarter. BG clinging, or rather Exeter trying to protect a 1-point lead here at 40-39. Mullet trying to gallop through the defense is fouled along the near side of the lane. Reach in on Como. First on Como, and now 5 team fouls against Exeter. The officials have been busy here in this third quarter. Matt Sanasuoso out. Lucas Baker back on. Sorry, Kyle Baker. Robichaud looks for Baker on the weak side. Closed out by Grijalva. Tipped away by Grijalva and stolen. It was Heffernan who just returned who came up with the steal, but Grijalva took the gamble that paid off and now holds the basketball here with 30 seconds to go. Exeter by 1. Bounce pass inside out. Cleach going to bring it back up. Grijalva pulls it back near midcourt. Exeter clearly holding for the final shot here. Down to 15 seconds. Gibbons up top for Heffernan. Coach Fisher wanted to travel. Final 10 seconds. Grijalva guarded by Mullet. Behind the back, eyes the clock, pulls up for 3. In the hole! And it beats the buzzer. What a shot by Grijalva, who is playing himself another big game tonight. Blue Hawks, of course, used to that. With that latest three-pointer, that brings his total tonight up to 14 points, and he is now the game's high scorer. Exeter ends the third quarter with an exclamation point. They hold a 4-point lead heading into the fourth by a score of 43-39. And a reminder that our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Call Steve at 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com. A 4-point game through three quarters. Nick and Astis with you. Glad you could join us. A reminder, follow us on social media. We're on YouTube, where you can find our archived broadcasts and our live events. Of course, the YouTube channel is FNLNH Media. FNLNH Media. That's also the Twitter handle, on Twitter at FNLNH Media, and on Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on Facebook as well. It's been a good one. Highly anticipated. Exeter at 14-1, BG at 14-2. The winner in sole possession of first place, with just 2 games left to play before the March tournament. Leonard blocked from behind by Baker, a clean rejection. Got it from behind. And the Cardinals get a big stop there. First Cardinal trip of the fourth. They're going to take their time with it. No shot clock, of course. Sullivan given room by Grijalva. Exeter in a lockdown man-to-man. That's been the look defensively most of the game tonight. Here's Carroll, who has led BG with 13 points, including 3 from downtown. Sorry, all of his 4 field goals have been three-pointers. 4 for 4 from three-point land. He's fouled here by Jet Healy, and that is it for Healy, as the senior is fouled out. Been in foul trouble all night. He shakes his head as he heads to the Blue Hawk bench. Coach Holmes going to bring in Justin Wass, who's played sparingly to this point. Wass at 6'2" with some length will play one of the forward spots. Meanwhile, Carroll to the free throw line for BG. Up and in to make it just a 3-point game at 43-40. Carroll now with 14. 2 for 2. 10 of his 15 came in the first half. 2-point game. Exeter led by as many as 10 way back in the first quarter. Really just been a 1 or 2 possession game ever since. Exeter has led most of the way. Meanwhile, a foul here on the dribble drive by Gibbons. Looks like a reach against Kyle Baker. It's his first, team's 5th. A lot of fouls in the second half. BG just 1 left to give. Exeter already up against the limit. Just a minute gone by in the fourth. Inbound into the paint. Gibbons fades to his right. Hook shot won't go. Sanasuoso with a big rebound there for BG. Chance to tie with a 2 or take the lead with a 3. Cardinals facing extended pressure here from Exeter. And now a foul away from the ball. An offensive foul, a moving screen, is going to be called on Robichaud, who's pleading his case to official Kevin Johnson. But to no avail. Robichaud's third. The junior continuing to argue. Meanwhile, Kyle Baker checks out for BG. Lucas Baker, his brother, back on. Now BG going to extend the press here a little bit, just a token look. They'll fall back into a 2-3 zone. That's been the defensive half-court look most of the way tonight. Grijalva trying to split through a double team, lost the basketball and his balance. Dramatic fall there, but no foul. Exeter will keep it. Apparently last touch by the Cardinals. Three-pointer out of the corner for Gibbons, too strong. Sanasuoso the rebound, going to streak left to right for BG. Down only 2. Sullivan had some room there in the corner, but passed on the three, and now Lucas Baker going to give it back over to Sullivan. Wants a one-on-one with Wass. Crossover dribble, jump shot, up and in.
John Sullivan.
Good job by Sullivan. He's got 9 now after that mid-block jump shot. And we are tied, folks, at 43. 2.5 gone by, fourth quarter. Exeter has been inconsistent against this 2-3 zone. The Cardinal fans, all the way from Nashua, chanting defense here in Exeter's gym. No shot clock, no hurry for Exeter. High post, Wass. Passes on the shot, sets up a McConnell three-pointer from the wing. It won't go. Grijalva, though, right place, right time. Snatches the offensive rebound. Meanwhile, Cleach guns a pass inside. Gibbons is fouled from behind. Well, Coach Fisher thought it was a clean strip. Instead, that puts his team over the foul limit now with 7. And a 1-and-1 on the way for Exeter.
That's his second, team 7.
The Blue Hawks collectively have shot the free throws well tonight. In particular, this man, Jacob Gibbons, 7 of 8 from the free throw line. Trying to put Exeter back in front, can't do it. Grijalva to the floor is fouled. Oh, what a play by the senior Grijalva. In an effort to corral that offensive rebound, bumped and fouled by Mason Carroll, who has a word for Grijalva. As the two exchange pleasantries, the senior Grijalva back to the line for a 1-and-1. 8 team fouls now against BG. Foul on Carroll is 3rd. 3 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Still tied at 43. Grijalva's free throw is up and in. Oh, Grijalva. Now Exeter's high man with 15. Mason Carroll 15 on the other side for BG as well. One more for the senior. Got the roll. Exeter by 2, 45-43. Inside of 5 minutes now remaining in regulation. Sanasuoso wants Cleach one-on-one. Out for Kyle Baker. Now Sullivan between the circles, giving room by the defender, Grijalva. BG trying to space the floor. Whistle. Timeout. Well, BG wants to talk about it. As Coach Fisher, who has taken a very hands-on approach tonight, as he usually does. Going to take a seat and address his squad. I mentioned just 2 games remaining for both of these two teams. Exeter will close out the season, as you may or may not have heard, against Trinity there. But let's take a look here. Final 2 for the Blue Hawks. They'll take on Dover on the road at Dover on Tuesday before hosting the Pioneers of Trinity to wrap up the season. Meanwhile, BG, who would be in the driver's seat for the top overall record with a win tonight, they have just 1 game remaining. That's Tuesday night at Portsmouth. Clippers, of course, are a top 3 team in their own right. They are 13-2 coming in. All right, here we go. Out of the timeout, BG basketball. They trail by 2 as we move towards the midway point of this fourth quarter. Exeter trying to defend a 45-43 lead. Sanasuoso up top, Sullivan. Far corner, the red-hot Carroll had it blocked by Fratali. Cleach comes down with it in the paint for the Blue Hawks. Fratali got his right hand on that shot. Rare mistake by Carroll. And now the Blue Hawks in a position to eat a little clock here with a 2-point lead. 4 minutes to go. Again, the BG fans chanting defense. Bertali open jump shot short. Skying offensive rebound for Grijalva leads to a foul as Gibbons was hit on the way up. Boy, Grijalva's been all over the offensive glass here in the second half. Gets an emphatic high five from his teammate Jordan Cleach. Those two are backfield mates, or were backfield mates on the gridiron as well. Grijalva the quarterback, Cleach one of the running backs. Meanwhile, Gibbons continuing to put on a show at the free throw line. Missed one there, I jinxed him. Still has 14 points, and now Carroll is fouled in a crowd, trying to secure the defensive rebound. Mistake by Exeter there. That puts them over the team foul limit with 7. So a 1-and-1 with 3:44 to go. Mason Carroll, he's been BG's leading scorer tonight. He's been their leading scorer all season. Senior forward out of Hollis, New Hampshire. His club down 3, 46-43. Free throw no good, back iron, and Grijalva on the glass again for Exeter. Again, no shot clock. Blue Hawks able to take their time. BG extending this 2-3 zone a little bit. Really almost a 3-2. It is a 3-2. Well, just really an aggressive 2-3. Either way, it's a zone. And Ryan Grijalva is taking his time. Down to 3 minutes. Exeter, they can run out the clock, technically, if they want. See how Coach Holmes decides to play it. Tolley. Leonard. Grijalva. Some of the BG fans getting upset, and now a foul is given by the Cardinals. Coach Fisher not happy. I don't think the intention was to foul there.
Number 10, Jordan Robichaud. That's his 4th, team 10.
They get Robichaud. Coach Fisher going to come back with Santasoso. Robichaud picks up, I believe, number 4. Yep. And he's going to be yanked out of the game here in a moment. Meanwhile, a 2-shot foul now. It's double bonus time. So Grijalva gets an automatic 2. His club leading by 3, 46-43. Well, Grijalva's played a great all-around game tonight. That free throw gives him 17 points. He's got to be up around 10 rebounds. Number of assists as well. Very good player. Trying to go 2 for 2 here. He'll do it. Got a game high 18. Suddenly the last 5 have gone to Exeter. They lead by 5, 48-43. Sullivan down the lane, hit at the rim. Shot won't go, but a foul. Fertali tried to block it. The goggled senior came up with a block a moment ago. This time, though, gets a piece of Sullivan's wrist.
John Sullivan will be at the line. He's shooting 2.
So Sullivan to the line. No problem. Right-hander goes 1 for 2. Bott tracks down his own rebound after the tip. BG down 4, 2.5 to go. Exeter going to match up in a man-to-man. Robichaud down the lane. Hit at the rim. Foul is called. As Gibbons on the help tried to come up with a block. Team foul number 9, second on Gibbons. Clock stop with 2:15 to go. A chance for Robichaud to cut this Exeter lead in half if he can go 2 for 2, and he's off to a good start. Free throw no good. Back iron. Grijalva, another rebound for Exeter. 2:10 to go. BG can't afford to stay in the zone now. They're going to go man-to-man. Try and force a turnover here with now 2 minutes remaining. Backdoor Cleach into the lane. Passes on the shot. Lost his balance. A pile up on the floor. And what do we have? Coach Holmes, I think, tried to get a timeout in there, but... Oh, he did get the timeout. And Coach Fisher can't believe it. Well, the BG fans not happy over on this side of the gym. Coach Fisher trying to calm his guys down. Well, if you're just joining us, shame on you. It's been a good one tonight. Looked like Exeter was poised to make some noise early. They had a 10-point lead late in the first quarter. BG battled back, tied the game in the second, and trailed by just 3 at halftime, 28-25. Really a back-and-forth third quarter. Exeter a slight edge, led 43-39 after 3. Tied earlier in this fourth quarter at 43 apiece. And now Exeter's lead is 48-45 with 1:50 to go. The clock now obviously a major factor. Again, no shot clock in the NHIAA. Exeter can play keep away as long as they want. 100 seconds to go, and Grijalva is bumped at midcourt. Foul on Sullivan.
Number 12, John Sullivan, his third, team 10.
The Exeter student section liked that one. Grijalva sold it a little bit.
Ryan Grijalva at the line, he's shooting 2.
Grijalva tonight's high score with 18. Clock frozen, 1:38 to go. Exeter's lead 48-45. 2 shots in the double bonus, and he gets a friendly roll. Those home rims. Actually, it was good rotation that made the difference there. Good spin on the basketball. One more for Grijalva. 2-possession game now at 49-45. Trying to make it 50, and he will. 20 for Grijalva. 50-45, and now a foul is called, a reach, I think, here on Exeter.
Under 3, Michael Leonard, his first team.
Coach Holmes upset.
Jordan Robichaud at the line, he'll be shooting 2.
So Robichaud, who hit a couple a moment ago, back to the free throw line for BG, but can't get one here. In and out. 35 to go, and now a timeout is called again by BG. Well, a reminder, coming up after the game, a quick look around the NHIAA scoreboard. Another busy Friday night in the state on the eve of the final week of the regular season. Good games between Bedford and Winnicott. Bulldogs looking for a road win there. Keene continuing to play good basketball. They had a lead earlier on Concord. And a look at the lower divisions as well. That's all coming up after the game. Still business here, though, between the top 2 teams in Division I. The Cardinals, with their 7-game win streak on the line, looking for first place with a win tonight. They're down 5, going to have to make some magic happen with 1:35 to go. Robichaud at the line, can hit, back iron miss, rebound Cleach. Exeter has it. Full court man-to-man now. The defensive look from the Cardinals. Sullivan on the hip of Grijalva, who crosses over into the front court. Double team comes now on the far side. A backdoor feed for Fatali, and a travel is called. A little bit of a late whistle there after the catch. Fatali, who has played a lot of minutes in the second half, has played pretty well. With a turnover there, it gives BG some more life here with 1:15 to go. Still down 5 though, 50-45. Robichaud for Sullivan, back to the basket, into the lane, leaves it far side for Mullet, who's been quiet tonight. Skip pass broken up by Leonard, and a foul is called against BG. They're going to get Robichaud for a push, and that's the end of his night. Jordan Robichaud fouling out with 5 points with exactly a minute to go here in this fourth quarter. So Leonard heads to the free throw line. His first trip to the line tonight. Exeter collectively has been very good. Trying to extend this 5-point lead. Again, an even minute remaining. The lefty. Free throw up and in. Meanwhile, some shuffling along the lane. Leonard now ready. His free throw is good. Got the roll. 8 for Leonard. BG in some trouble now, down 7. Clock ticking down to 50 seconds. Backdoor Mullet skips across the lane, gets the shot up, no, but a foul as he was knocked down. Foul on Gibbons. It's his third. And again, both teams in the double bonus at this point. That was a shooting foul anyway. So Mullet has been very quiet tonight. The senior just 3 points. Hasn't shot much. And he misses here off the back iron. Kyle Bako returns. Placing Matt Sanasoso. Just in there for a moment. 51 seconds. Exeter with a 7-point lead. Make it 6. After the bucket there by the senior. Deep, Leonard wide open to the hole is fouled. Well, Mullet did all he could to get back on defense and prevent the layup.
Number 33, Sam Mullet, his second. Michael Leonard at the line. He's going to be shooting 2.
So Leonard right back to the line with 48 seconds to go. By the way, foul on Mullet was his second. Free throw up and in. Leonard now with 9, trying to become the third Blue Hawk in double figures tonight behind Grijalva and Gibbons. 53-46, 54-46, 10 for Leonard. 45 seconds, BG down by 8. Sullivan up top for Carroll, 1 dribble, 3-pointer partially blocked. Collected underneath by Sanasoso and a foul on the way up. Well, Matt on the floor for some offense. The freshman able to track that one down and was hit on the right wrist on his way up. Foul on Wass, his first. And now another timeout by Coach Fisher. BG with just 1 timeout remaining now with 37 seconds to go. Well, it's been a good one tonight. And of course, as usual, it's been brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. So call Steve at 603-471-9999 today or visit BealsInsurance.com. More coming up after the game. We'll jump right into the scoreboard, recap this one. Get you set for the weekend. Still another 37 seconds to go, though, here from Exeter. Blue Hawks closing in on their 15th win of the season. They lead at 54-46. They have led most of the night. Built up a lead as large as 10 back in that first half. Their 8-point lead here, the biggest since halftime. So the freshman, Matt Sanasoso, going to try and trim into the lead here, cut into the lead, and he can't do it. But BG has suddenly gone cold at the stripe, not helping their cause here in the fourth. One more for Sanasoso, up and in there, 1-for-2 trip. First points for the freshman. First point. Trap in the backcourt. Grijalva, no problem. Up ahead for Leonard. Passes on the drive. Goes back near midcourt for Grijalva. Clock continuing to tick. Grijalva trying to swim through the defense. Is finally wrapped up in the lane and fouled by Sullivan. Well, the Cardinals wasted a little bit of time there before giving the foul. Exeter able to bleed the clock all the way down to 24 seconds. Grijalva has been the high scorer tonight with 20. Chance to pad his stat line. 54-47, the Exeter lead. Free throw is short. Second try. Up and good. Again, the good spin gets him a friendly roll. 21 for Grijalva. Clock ticking. BG running out of time, down to 19 seconds. Into the corner, Carroll for three. Up and in, his fifth of the game.
Mason Carroll.
18 for Mason. BG has to give the foul, and they get to Cleach along the far sideline. That'll stop the clock with inside of 10 seconds to go. They get Mullet with his third. So Cleach to the line. They have not looked upon him to score much tonight. In fact, he has not scored at all, which is odd. Played him the majority of the minutes at forward tonight, but not shot the ball well. It's his first trip to the line. He goes 0 for 1. The second one is good. Gets the roll. Final 5 seconds. Sullivan's going to come up short. Gibbons the rebound, and that is going to do it. Exeter, excellent again tonight on their home floor as they down BG 56-50 to improve to 15-1. A good effort for the Cardinals tonight on the road, but it ends in defeat. They go cold down the stretch. They go cold at the line. Exeter, they get the stops they want. And the Blue Hawks come away with another win, their third in a row, 56-50, the final score. Well, it was an entertaining game. Exeter got out to a hot start. They led by as many as 10 late in the first quarter. BG, on the heels of a 10-0 run in the second quarter, came back and trimmed the lead to just 3 at halftime. BG led by 4 after 3, and then a back-and-forth fourth quarter in which we were tied at the 5-minute mark. Ends with Exeter pulling away at the free throw line, getting some key stops defensively, and they win their 15th basketball game of the year by a final score of 56-50. For BG, it is just their third loss of the season. They had a 7-game win streak coming into tonight, and now sit at 14-3 overall, which may still be good for second place if Portsmouth loses tonight at Alvern. At last look, the Clippers in the first half had built up a double-digit lead, and we'll get to that in just a moment. Well, again, an impressive win for Exeter. They maintain their grip on first place. They've been in first place all season. And now with a little bit of breathing room heading into their final 2 games. Speaking of final, it's a final on the Seacoast. Bedford, a 48-45 win over the Winnicott Warriors. It's a big one, obviously, for the Bulldogs, as they improve now to 10-6, and they're, well, fighting for a home game in the quarterfinal round. That's a big win. Winnicott, they slipped to 10-7, so Bedford leapfrogs Winnicott in the standings, at least for now. North, no problem with Trinity tonight. 60-46. Titans at 12-4, good for fourth place right now. Portsmouth, as we thought, they beat Alvern 69-47. And are now 14-2, so Portsmouth is the new number 2 behind Exeter and above BG by a half game. Keene all over Concord tonight, 70-29. As Keene continuing to surprise people. It's their 10th win of the season. They, along with Bedford, are both 10-6. A battle in the Queen City tonight. Central with the lead over Memorial at half, 32-18. Little Green, they've been hot lately, trying to improve to 7-9 with a win tonight. And Merrimack, they beat Spalding 43-34. Merrimack maintains their grip on fifth place at 11-5. All right, that just about does it tonight. I want to thank Coach Ball, the athletic director here at Exeter, and his staff for always making things easy for us. Of course, our social media manager, Ben Beals, for keeping the scores at my fingertips. We appreciate that. And, of course, Nicole Cavadas, the director of photography, doing a great job, as usual, behind the camera. Steve Beals was our executive producer tonight of Beals Insurance. Of course, whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. So call Steve at 603-471-9999 today. My name is Nick Anastas saying so long. This has been a presentation of the Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.